it's Tandy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I thought it'd be fun if I did an iPad Air 4 plus Apple Pencil tips and tricks video because I know a lot of y'all received the iPad Air 4 and Apple Pencil for Christmas. But before I get into the video, I just want to make sure that y'all know that not all of these tips are just for the iPad Air 4. So if you don't have an iPad Air 4, that's totally fine. Some of these tips will still be very helpful for you. Okay, so let's get into the video. So one of the new features that came with the iPad Air 4 is the new Touch ID sensor, which is located on the power button. However, Apple does give a limited number of individual fingerprints that are allowed to be put onto the Touch ID sensor. However, there is a way to get around that. So you're going to go into the Settings app and search Touch ID. It's going to prompt you to enter in your passcode when going to the Touch ID settings. So you're going to go ahead and do that. And then you'll end up here. So you're going to go where it says fingerprints and you're going to hit add a fingerprint. And then you're going to touch the Touch ID sensor. But instead of just doing it with one finger each time, you're going to go ahead and allow it to read every single one of your fingers. So now that I've done that, I'm able to unlock my iPad with every single one of my fingers on my left hand. And this is really good because instead of registering each one of these fingerprints as a separate fingerprint, it is registered as one fingerprint in the Settings app. So I can add my other hand, just like the way I did that one, and it'll only say that I have 2 fingerprints registered, giving me way more space to add more fingerprints before hitting the max number of fingerprints. So as you guys can see, I can unlock my iPad with this finger, I can unlock my iPad with this finger, I can unlock my iPad with this finger, and so on and so forth. So when you first unbox and set up your new iPad, chances are you will have this default wallpaper. However, you can always add your own custom wallpaper from your camera roll, but if you really liked the wallpaper that came with its box, this one right here, you can actually use that as your wallpaper, and I'm going to show you how. So you're going to go into the Settings app and search Wallpaper, and then it's going to bring you to this screen. So you're going to hit Choose a New Wallpaper, and you're going to choose this one that says Stills. And then you can scroll down and see the variety of Stills wallpaper that they have. So you can choose the one that you want. As you can see, the ones at the bottom are the ones that are found on the iPad Air 4 boxes, and this one here is the one that's on my box. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, and I'm going to set as my home screen so that when I go onto my home screen, it has the same exact wallpaper as my box. So at the bottom of your iPad, you'll notice that you have this little dock here. You're going to first see 5 apps that are either default, the ones like the Apple has set, or you could customize them and put your own apps down here. I put my own apps, and then you'll see this divider line, and then you'll see these 3 apps here, which are either your recent apps or some recommended apps. If you want your dock to only consist of these 5 apps that you've set, or the 5 default apps, you can go ahead and customize that in settings. So you're going to go into settings and search dock, and you're going to see this that says home screen and dock. You're going to click on that, and it's going to give you this screen here. Then you're going to go to the bottom button that says show suggested and recent apps in dock, and you're going to toggle it off. And that way, when you go back onto your home screen, you will see that in your dock, you only have the 5 default or 5 customized apps instead of your recent and suggested apps. So for this next tip, I'm going to show y'all how to quickly switch between apps while being in an app already. So for example, say I'm in Safari and I want to go to YouTube. I have the YouTube app open in the background and I didn't necessarily close it, but I do want to go ahead and get back to YouTube without having to swipe up, go to the home screen and look for YouTube again. So to do that, I'll need to use my 4 fingers, and I'm going to basically just scroll with all 4 fingers. And then it's going to take me to the last app that I had open in the background. And in that case, it was YouTube. So here I am on YouTube. And then I can actually go back to Safari using the same method, getting my 4 fingers, and boom, I'm back in Safari. Another cool feature of this iPad is its ability to do split screen. So to do split screen, you're going to go into your first app, in this case mine is Safari, and then you're going to scroll up and you're going to see your dock. On this side, you'll see, like after this divider line, you will see your most recent apps, and then on this side, you'll see the apps that are default, or like the apps that you customize to be there. So chances are the app that you want to split screen is an app that you recently used. So you're going to just grab it from the dock, slide it up, and then you're going to put it over to the side. And boom, we're in split screen. And the cool thing about the split screen is that they both don't necessarily have to be the same size. You can actually make one screen bigger and do that vice versa. And you can even do split screen to where it's not like taking up the entire portion. Like YouTube can just be like this on the side, and you can easily just get rid of it when you don't need it, and you can easily bring it back when you do need it. So for this next tip, I'm going to show y'all how you're able to watch a YouTube video while being in a separate app on your iPad. So you're going to go into the Safari app, and then you're going to search youtube.com, and chances are you'll have the mobile website, but in order to do this tip, you're going to need to go to the desktop website. So to do that, you're going to click this button here, and then you're going to select Request Desktop Website, and then it's going to switch your YouTube to the YouTube version that you'll see on a computer. And then you're going to select the video that you want to watch, and then you're going to make it big, and then you're going to play the video and select this icon here, and boom, it's playing in picture. So now you can get out of the Safari app and you can do anything else you want to do on your iPad while having this video playing. So one of the cool new things that came with the iPad Air 4 is this USB-C charging port, which is super duper helpful because that makes it way easier to attach to a monitor. As y'all can see, I now have my monitor in front of me, and then I've got my iPad right here. So using this USB-C cable, I can actually connect my monitor to my iPad and have it project what's on this screen onto the big monitor screen. So here I have plugged it in, and now it is projecting onto my monitor, which I think is super duper cool. I can just it'll show all of my movements on my iPad, which is perfect if I want to watch a movie in a big screen, or if I want to project a PowerPoint slide on a bigger screen. This is definitely perfect for that, and super duper convenient because just like that, it was super easy to connect, and yeah. So for this next tip, I'm going to show y'all how to power your iPad off. I know you might be like, it's not super easy. All you have to do is hold down on this button. Not necessarily. On this iPad, if you hold down on the power button, it actually switches Siri on. However, if you want to power off the iPad, as in shut it down completely, you'll need to hold down on the power button right here, as well as the up volume button right here. So once you hold down on those two, then you're able to slide to power it off. And then to power it back on again, you'll need to not hold down these two, but instead hold down only this power button, and that powers the iPad back on. Just like that. So now I'm going to be talking about Apple Pencil tips and tricks. So this first tip is if you want to quickly open a note and quickly jot something down. To do that, you're going to just use your Apple Pencil to wake your iPad by just tapping it once. And then that is going to automatically open a note, and you can just write something really quickly. This is super good if you're on the go and you quickly need to write something down. Please note that for the last tip to work, you'll need to go into settings and enable something in the note settings. So you're going to settings and then click notes, and then you're going to go to the bottom, and where it says lock screen and control center, make sure that access notes from lock screen is on. And then you're going to go into that and select always create a new note so that you're able to do the last tip and start a new note from your lock screen. So for the next Apple Pencil tip and trick, I'm going to show you how you can easily do a screenshot using your Apple Pencil. So to do that, you're going to go to the corner and you're going to drag it up like that, and that takes a screenshot. And then from there, you can doodle or whatever on your picture, whatever you need to write. And yeah, that's an easy way to do a screenshot. So the next thing I'll be showing y'all using the Apple Pencil is how to use Scribble. And Scribble is basically a way for you to turn your handwriting into text. And this is pretty much available for you to use nearly everywhere on your iPad. So for example, I'm on Safari and I want to go into Apple's website. I can write apple.com and it'll turn it into text, and then I could easily go to the Apple's website and I would have handwritten it, which is super duper cool. And you can practice all that you can do with Scribble in settings, and I'm going to show you how. So to find out more on how to use Scribble, you're going to go into settings and search Apple Pencil. Click on this here, it's going to take you here, and then you're going to select Try Scribble, and then it'll take you through a couple lessons on how to use Scribble, and it's super duper helpful, especially if you're a beginner. The last and final Apple Pencil tip that I have for this video is how you can easily switch from your tool to your eraser using the double tap. So for example, just say I'm drawing something in notes, I'm like, hi, and then I want to erase something, I can double tap on my Apple Pencil and it'll switch to the eraser and I can easily erase it. If I double tap again, I'm back to the original tool. If I double tap again, I'm using the eraser, just like that. And that is super cool and convenient for when you quickly need to erase something. Unfortunately, you guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And I cannot wait to see you guys again next week. Bye!